For the first time in Marine Corps history, 3 female Marines graduated with Delta Company Infantry Training Battalion, School of Infantry East aboard Camp Geiger, November 21st.
I think it also has demonstrated that there are a number of highly qualified female Marines who are capable of meeting the existing standard for training at the Infantry Training Battalion currently.
The female Marines are grateful for the opportunity to receive the combat training and believe it will make them better Marines.
The extra training, it's very valuable, especially since women now, even if they're in non-combat MOSs, may see combat. It's very valuable training.
During the 59-day course, it ultimately came down to the mindset the Marines had of staying committed to their goal.
Our instructor, he told us that all it takes is everything you got, and it's true. Once you are committed to a goal, you can make it if you put everything into it.
Reporting from Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune, I'm Corporal Donovan Lee.
Hurry up, tighten up that gap.
Marines with Delta Company began infantry training aboard Camp Geiger, North Carolina. Only, there's one slight change to the new cycle.
It's just going to slow you down a little.
For the first time ever, female Marines are taking part in infantry training. Their participation supports the Corps' research into women in infantry.
Yes, sir.
Us putting these Marines through ITB is no different than what we're doing at MCT. Every Marine's a rifleman. These females coming through, being ITB, we're training them to be basically trained Marines. Maybe a little bit better, take some more time with them than they would be going through MCT. I think to put a better Marine, whether she goes to her MOS school out in the fleet, we're just making her a better rifleman.
Within Infantry Training Battalion, we are holding everyone to the same standard. So there's no male or female, it's just the standard for Infantry Training Battalion. This is definitely a history point for the Marine Corps. We're assessing it, taking the data input that we have, and everything will be assessed, and no one's held to any different standards. It's all the same standard, and the Marines are going to do good things, and we'll see where history brings us.
Talking with a bunch of them, I asked them, why did you do this? And their answer to me was, I wanted a challenge. I think all Marines, they come to the Marine Corps for a challenge, and this was a way for them to put a little bit more effort and do something that, most people won't volunteer for.
Reporting from Camp Geiger, North Carolina, I'm Lance Corporal Clayton Filipovich.
The Maryland National Guard change of command ceremony took place November 3rd at the 5th Regiment's Armory in Baltimore.
4 decades of service to this nation. It's been a long and rewarding journey for you, I'm sure, from the times that you were a young soldier in the Republic of Vietnam.
Definitely a tough day, bittersweet day. The most memorable moment is every moment that I got to spend with the soldier. We've trained and we've cried and laughed and helped each other out and propped each other up.
This passing of the colors is a historical event for the Maryland Military Department.
Build on the successes. We know these are challenging times as we reset after years of deployments in an environment of budget cuts. But with challenges come opportunities.
Brigadier General Linda Singh is the first female and the first African American to command the Army branch.
If we look at the U.S. and all of the dynamics are changing, and so people are looking to see that they have role models that look like them at the top. Diverse candidates want to know that they can be able to succeed, so I think this is significant for everybody.
Reporting for the 29th Mobile Public Affairs Detachment in Baltimore, this is Army Sergeant Aimi Fujikawa.
Henry Gracie head instructor of the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy in California, recently came to Minot Air Force Base to teach a week-long women's empowered jiu-jitsu course, certifying nearly 100 men and women as Gracie Jiu-Jitsu instructors. The primary reason for the course was to help protect women from sexual assault.
This is probably one of the single greatest accomplishments of the Gracie family, to have partnered with the U.S. military to combat this problem, because it's something that has always been a problem in the military, and there is a solution out there. We believe we have it.
Deputy Commander of the 5th Security Forces Squadron, Captain Tyrone Best, believes giving women the ability to defend themselves will deter assailants, and is the driving force behind his decision to host the Gracie team.
This is much more than just a self-defense class. This is to prevent the sexual assault from even happening to begin with, because of the awareness.
The Gracie team hopes the new instructors take their new knowledge and circulate it to hundreds more.
I really firmly believe that if every woman in the world knew these techniques and this mindset and these principles that we are teaching in this program, that the world would be a better place and that women would be safer. And for me, that's why I just won't stop until this is kind of in the hands in as many women as possible.
One student is eager to utilize her skills to empower many more.
It's my duty to pass this on to anyone else that doesn't already know. If we don't pass this on, then we've done something wrong. We must grow this knowledge to other women.
Minot is the first Air Force base to host the Women's Empowerment course. Reporting from Minot Air Force Base, I'm Airman First Class Michael T. Connors.
My name is Lieutenant Dave Ferran.
And could you spell it?
It's D-A-V-I-D-F-O-R-A-N.
Okay, and your rank?
First Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. And could I have your billet?
I am the S4 Alpha for Headquarters Battalion.
Thank you, sir. So when you first met Sergeant Asiri, what was your impression?
My initial impression, she had just come to us from Okinawa, Corporal. She was a hard charger, definitely started contributing right away, and working hard taking over as ammo chief for the Headquarters Battalion S4.
I see. Now, did you ever expect her to be, like an MMA fighter? Did you ever see that?
At first I did not, but as I kind of learned her personality, it made more sense, if that makes sense.
Okay. So now that she has had her first professional fight, how do you feel about that?
I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty cool. I think her strengths as a Marine and an NCO play into her strength as an MMA fighter. Being aggressive, hardworking, disciplined. I think all those things kind of fit into the MMA spectrum, as well as, obviously her job as a United States Marine.
I see. So, now being a Marine, do you think it's beneficial to be involved in, not necessarily combat sports, but, just extracurricular activities in general?
Oh, I definitely think it's very important for to be involved in extracurricular activities, particularly those of us, being involved in like sports and exercise kind of helps add to the PT part of, the whole Marine. And it definitely is beneficial in our shop. Her doing constant workouts and regimens, she can really take a lead in PT and everything else.
I see. Now, outside of just, the physical attributes you gain from that sort of sport, what other benefits do you think people might get from it?
I think that other benefits include, it teaches you hardness, it teaches you discipline, and I think it builds on those traits. Obviously, she already has those traits resident within her person, being a Marine. But I think that, being an MMA fighter on the side also adds to those and helps her develop those traits independently of the Marine Corps.
I see. Now, how would you describe Sergeant Asiri's leadership style?
I would say her leadership style is very much lead from the front. She definitely takes the lead in working hard to, show others that you can work hard by working hard. She is aggressive and takes a lot of initiative, and every day she kind of works towards her goals and keeps kind of pushing the envelope in her billet.
I see. Now, the Marines in your shop, how do you think they view her, and what about her do you think they look up to?
I think they obviously first and foremost look to her as a leader. I think they can look up to her as an example of what an NCO should be. Hardworking, dedicated. She cares about her Marines, obviously, but at the same time, she finds the balance between maintaining the discipline of the shop, but also being a mentor and kind of lending an ear to those Marines when they need it.
I see. Now she's finally hit her first professional fight. Where do you think that she will go with this sport from here?
Well, seeing her first 2 fights, she's very aggressive, and she definitely gets at it with her opponents. I think she has a bright future in the sport of MMA. She's hardworking and aggressive, and she's not afraid to take the fight to her enemy or her opponent.
In what way would you say she motivates the Marines around her?
I think she motivates the Marine Corps. The Marines around her, she kind of has a fire, and she kind of lights a fire under the Marines around her. And I think that's exactly what we look for in someone, in her position.
I see. Now, somebody who's never met her, what do you think the first thing they would think about after they met her? First impression they would take away?
I think they'd see her dedication to the Marine Corps, and I think they'd also, see her as a person of, many different talents, and kind of has a very well-rounded, intelligent person.
Could you give me a brief summary of, the type of person she is, not necessarily just a Marine, but in general?
I think as a whole person, she's a very well-rounded person. She's, worked and obtained a degree in academics. She volunteers. She fights. She's an excellent Marine and NCO. So I think overall as a person, she develops herself in many different areas, which lends to her performance, as an MMA fighter, but also especially as a performance as a Marine. I think she has a wide perspective on a range of a variety of things, and that makes her a very well-rounded NCO and a very well-rounded Marine.